Hey guys, welcome back to KY Coins and Collectibles. And what I've got here is my newest purchase. I just got this today, and it is another Morgan Dollar mint and date set. I've got another one that I've been working on, and this one just come in today. A guy had contacted me saying he had a set, and it was a nearly complete set. This one has 88 coins in it. It's missing 8 coins, and of course they're the harder ones, the more rarer key dates, like the 1893S. I'm still missing that one for my set. My personal set, I've got all of them but the 93S. So these, a lot of these will upgrade my set, but I just wanted to show you what I got. They're really nice. This guy owned a pawn shop and had been kind of liquidating stuff, and he deals with other type of pawn stuff along with guns, knives, silver, bullion, stuff like that. And I just so happened to run into him, and we started talking, and he said he had some coins he was wanting to sell, and he has some more stuff I'm going to try to get off of him in the next couple weeks. But this is what I got today, and just kind of wanted to show everybody what I got. So let's just get right to it. As you can see, this one's the Whitman album, and this is the Dansko album. My personal ones are in the Dansko album, so I'm going to take the good ones out of these that will upgrade mine and put into my other ones, and I will probably try to sell these. I do have a empty Dansko earlier date album, so I will have 2 Dansko albums to fill up in addition to my personal ones. So, but I'd like to say these Whitman albums are very nice in comparison to the Dansko. Everybody loves the Dansko, but these are really nice as well. Like, they're very, very sturdy. And this one is they are the Whitman Classic, and it is the 9128. But I have to brag, these are very nice. The Danskos are nice. They're a little more expensive, and for the price difference, it wouldn't bother me at all to get this. I mean, they're just as good. Depends on if you like blue or brown leather look, I guess. They're really nice. I mean, very nice. And I'll show you a little bit of both of them. But we'll start with the earlier years, and I'll kind of just run through them. Like I was saying, I'm only missing 8 out of the Morgan set, date and mint set. There's 96 coins. Missing 8 out of these. So there's 88 coins in here. I have gone through and kind of made a list of what I've got and kind of put some prices together. I did get a pretty good deal on these. I believe I got room to make a little bit of money and get them graded, because there's some in here I'd like to get graded, and you'll see there's some better key dates in here, like the 94s in here, and I've got a video of me purchasing my 94, and this 1894 is a lot better, and I got a good deal on mine, but this one's really nice, and a lot of Carson Cites in here too, and some doubles, because the Whitman book ends at 1891, and the Dansko starts at 1891. So the 1891s, all 4 mint marks are in here, and they're in here. So that's good. So let's start, and we'll run through these. We'll go through the earlier years. And like I said, just wanted to. These albums are really nice. I believe it's got a little write-up about the Liberty Head or Morgan dollars. It tells a little bit about it, and you can pause and read that if you like. And then I'll show you the back. It tells the mintage, the year, and the mintage. So that's always really nice. And the Dansko does the same thing. So on the first page, we've got the 78 8-tail feathers. And what I'll do is I'll actually put this behind there. So 78 8-tail feathers. It does not have the 78 7/8. We got the regular 7-tail feathers. The first Carson City is the 78 cc, and it's in pretty good shape. And I believe I've got it at like a very fine and about $150. And I'll try to show you there. I know it's hard to see with the sleeves on. So it's in pretty good shape. It's got good details left on it. The 78S, 79, the 79cc, and that one's in it's okay shape. It's got some wear on it, and I know it's probably a good, very good at best. I figure it was probably about a $200 coin. And I had went through eBay, and what I do when I'm trying to price them is I go to the sold items and I look up 79cc, and I won't look at the ones that are currently selling. I'll go to the sold. You can go through and click sold, completed sales, and you can kind of get an idea of what they're selling for. So you can look it up. I mean, think this is a good or very good, or about where that range of coin is selling at. And what I'd seen was around $200 for that. So that's kind of how I done these. I know I've seen a bunch of Morgans, and I still go by the book. And and if you need help still pricing them or getting a good idea of what the grade is, these big red books, the Mega Red, you can go. They've got a section, and I'll flip to it real fast if I can. They've got a section in here that will show the grades and give you a better idea of what the grades are. And this book it's the best. If you're doing anything with coins, you need to get this. The little red ones are nice, but this one gives you a lot more details. It goes over everything. And I know I'm kind of straying away from what we're looking at, but if you don't have this book, get it, because as you can see here, it will give you an idea of good, very good, and fine proof, and then very fine, extra fine, about uncirculated AU, and then mint state. So this will give you, and it gives you a description, and it shows you a picture for comparison. So if you think you've got a good, I mean, you can compare it to this, and you can. It gives you better like varieties of a coin. So the small red book will only give you a few. This has a lot more variations, and it gives some like major VAMs. So like the O over CC, and it gives you just more variations. So if you don't have this book, get it. See, I mean, it shows you pictures of the major varieties. So if you don't have the Mega Red, get it. It's thick. It's a little more pricey, but it's worth it. You can learn so much. It's got good write-ups. So back to this. It's got the 79cc. On the first page, the only one that's missing is the 7/8, 1878. Second page, we're missing the 80cc. So, and some of them have been cleaned. Of course, there's a couple cleaned. Good details, but cleaned. Some AU, some older cleaned ones. And the ADS, it looks, a lot of these ADSs will be like proof-like, and that one, I believe, is kind of proof-like. And I've noticed I've got a few that are proof-like. There you go. And so ADS is nice. The 81cc, I believe I got it at like a fine. And I'm looking at my list over here, kind of what I got it. That was a little better date. I think I got it at like 300, 350. 81O, 81S is kind of proof-like as well. Just kind of twisting it there so y'all can see, moving it around. But these, again, these Whitman albums are very nice. I mean, they're really nice. Sleeves are good in them. They're kind of set up the same way as the Dansko. To the next page, the 82cc is missing. You got the 82O, 82S, and I'm trying to see what are some of my keys on this page. Of course, the 83 is Carson City here. I think I've got it at a very good, and I think I've got it around 150, 190. A lot of these Carson Cities I'm going to take out and get graded. If any of them will upgrade my personal ones, I'm going to just put them in my Dansko album. I probably won't get them graded. I'll probably get my set completed and upgrade them to about as good as I can get them. Then I'll probably get my whole set graded, because I know I'm trying to upgrade as many as I want, and at some point I may get them all graded, but for now I'll just put them in the Dansko album and we'll go from there. So the 83, let me see what the other 81s, 82s, I'm looking at my list to see what the other ones are. The 81S, I already told you that was on the other page. These two up top, the 82O and 82S, they've got some good luster on them. So them are in good shape, probably mint state. This one, the 83, looks like it's been, you see the tape mark, somebody's had that taped in the album. So that's got some toning from a tape, and you can always tell it looks like a big strip of tape's been across it. So the older albums, the older Whitmans that you just push in them, they didn't stay in very good, so a lot of people would put tape over them to keep them in, and they'd get some weird toning or tape residue or just weird toning from the tape. 83, it's got the 84cc, and this one's wore out. Like, this one's got some good wear on it. It's not wore out, but it is, I had it graded at a very good. and I believe is around $200, maybe a little less. So it's a lot of these 84s and 85s. I know a lot of them are in GSA holders, and people have told me that it's harder to find some of the Carson Cites around that time with wear on them because most of them were encased, so it's hard to find them with wear on them, which is weird. Some coins are harder to find with wear on them because a lot of them were encased and put up and didn't really get circulated. They were just been put up for so long they wasn't circulated. So it's harder to find some of them circulated than others. So the 84cc is pretty nice. Go to the next page. Got the 84O, 84S. This 85's got some luster on it. And I believe out of those, the next one, a little better day, is the 85cc. That's probably good, I guess. And it's a little better date as well. Good, very good, I guess. And probably about 400 to 460 on that one. So that was in one of my previous videos I done with my Morgan sets. This 85cc was one of the last like 5 coins I needed. So it's a hard one to get and it's expensive. So if you're down to your last few Morgans, maybe one of the 85cc may be one of them, if I was to guess. It was for me, and I've heard other people say that too. 85O, 85S, and them are more common. This 86 Philly has got a little bit of luster on it. You can see the cartwheel still, so I'd say that's mint state, and it actually looks pretty nice. The cheek's pretty clean. So the 86O, don't have that one. The 86S, it's a little better date, probably $80. I know I'm not showing you the back of them, but they're all pretty good back, more or less the same as the front. So I haven't noticed any bad scarring or gashes or anything. And the guy I got this off of had said he was buying a collection from another gentleman, that the gentleman's father had passed away, and he was just liquidating his coin collection, and he had been a big coin collector his whole life, and the son was no longer interested. I mean, your typical coin story, the father dies and the son's not really interested in collection and just liquidates a lot of it. So this is where this set had come from. And you can tell he had took care of his coins. He knew what he had, and when you get a set together like this, you can tell somebody knew what they were doing and were very involved in coin collecting. So I really appreciate the time and effort that this guy put into getting this collection together. So he done a really good job. It's a shame the gentleman's son wasn't interested in them, but I'll take care of it. And on to the next page here. The 87 looks pretty good at the top here. You can see a little luster right there. 87O, 87S, the 88, 88O. On this page we're missing 2, the 88S and the big one, the 89 Carson City. don't have that one. That would have been a good one to have. I know that's probably $1,000 coin right there if it's in decent shape. So on this page, I think we've got they're more common ones that I've got here. So the 89, yeah, the CC, and the 89O. Yeah, nothing really stands out on that. More or less some common years, and they're in decent condition. But a lot of these, as y'all may know, just when you go from a good to very good to mint state, a lot of these coins won't jump in price until you get to like AU. It'll go from a $40 coin, and then you hit AU, it may be $1,000. So, and then some of them will jump in crazy prices. So that's why it's condition and mintage is everything. On this last page, you got the 89S, 90, 90cc. And the 90cc is a pretty good coin. I believe I've got a fine to very fine on that one. And it's in decent shape, and I think I've got it about $180 to $200. The 1890, I've got 90 and the 90cc. I've got the 90cc, the 91cc. So this one's a little better. 91cc, and I've got two of these. Like I said, these 91s, they're in both albums. And I've got them, I believe, around fine to very fine, and they're about $130. And I'll show you a little better close up, and I'll show you the back side of these. Like I said, there's no major gouging or anything on them. So that's the first book. Okay, guys, so I'm going to move on to the later years, the ones that are in the Dansko album. Let me move this one out of the way. So this is the later years of the Dansko album. It is, I believe this is an older Dansko album. It don't have the number on it, and I don't remember right off what the number is on mine. So, but this is the 1891 through 1921. So as y'all know, the Morgans were made from 1878 through 1921, and there was a gap from 1904 through 1920, and then they done the 1921s, and they quit at 1904. So that was the gap, and we'll check these out. And this one has a lot more. The later years albums have some really good key dates in it, which this one on the first page here, that's where the 93S would be. That's the one I need as well. It's actually the only one I don't have out of the whole set. So this one, you've got the 91, and as you've seen in the other album, it's got the 91, it's got all four of the 91s in that one as well. So I've got double of these in this collection. The 91cc, I believe they're about the same grade. They're fine to very fine, so maybe $130, $150. The next good year would probably be the 91S. It's a pretty good year. I believe I've got around $180 or about $80 to $100. And I'll give you some close-ups of them. The 91cc. I believe this one's been cleaned. It's got a little cartwheel on it, but it's been cleaned. 92cc, better year. And I believe I've got fine, maybe very fine on it. And I believe maybe $300. Maybe a little less. It's in pretty good shape. It's a good year. And then the 92S, which I believe these 92S's are like the sleepers. So what I mean is you'll see them in lower grades with very common price range, like 40, 50, 60 bucks, and then it'll start jumping like crazy. So it'll go from like $1,000 to $6,000 to $18,000. So like it jumped hardcore in price once you get up to the AU mint state prices. So that's a good year. And then like these lower condition ones are very common on your price range, $35, $40. 93 is a good year. I believe I've probably get this 93 graded. It's in really good shape, and I'm sure it will upgrade mine. I think I've got it at a extra fine. It's in really good shape, and it really surprised me on how good a shape it is. So that's in really good shape. And the back, I'll show you the back on that one too. And I've actually got that one priced, I believe, around, if I get it graded, I'm hoping it will be about a $700 coin. So that's a good one. That was a good find of the collection, this set. The 93cc, I've got it at a fine, very fine, and I believe it's around 500. That 93cc is a good year, and that will probably upgrade mine as well. Probably more of a better fine. So that's a good year too. Most of these 93, 94s, 95 years are all really good dates to have. They're really hard to find in better condition. 93.0, I think I've got that one about the same, a fine to very fine, and somewhere's in that range, and about $350 on that one. So it's a good one to have as well. These 93s are just good key dates to have. Low mintages and harder to find. Like I said, no 93S. And now we get to like probably one of the best ones in the set, and this one was hard for me to find. I got very lucky when I found it at my local coin shop. He really helped me out with that. The 94 was definitely a key, and I had this one priced maybe a very fine. I know it's harder to see, and this one's come out, so I'll try to get that back in there. So the 94, it's got some good details left on it. And let me know what you think. I believe it's a really good fine to very fine. So with that being said, it will definitely upgrade mine. I'd like to get it graded. I think it's about $1,000 coin if it's a very fine or around that range. The ones I've seen on eBay that have sold, they will be in that range, 900 to 1200. So let me know what you think about the 94 Philly. The 94O, 94S. The 94S has got some good wear on it, and the 94O is not as bad. It's probably a fine, and I think I've got those at like $80 to $50, maybe $100 at best on the 94O. Of course, there's no 95 proof. That's your $30,000 coin. They only done in proof with no known business or circulation strikes. The 95O and the 95S are some more key dates. And I've got those around. The 95O, I had a fine, and I think I've got it maybe around $300. And the 95S is a little better. Maybe a very fine. I've got it about $450. So some good. This collection has some really nice key dates in it. So I'm just trying to show you all of them. So them are really two good ones, and I know a lot of these key dates in Carson Cities will upgrade mine. This 96, 97, they've got some good luster on them. So you can see it a little better at that angle. 96, 96S, 97O, 97S. Most of those are just common dates. The 97, it's in pretty good shape. That may be a $90 coin. It's in really good shape. The cheek, it's actually very clean. The fields are clean. Cheeks clean. So, and I'll show you the back of that one as well. You can see the reverse of it. So it's it's really good condition, mint state. 98, and this one's got a couple good dates on it too. The 1899 Philly, that's a good one. I think I've got it around $250, and it's actually got some. It's really nice. I was very surprised that one. And this 98O, it's actually got some really nice toning on it, like original toning. And I'll take this out, see if you can see it a little better. Around the edges down here, it's got some nice blue and green, maybe a slight purple. So that one's been in an old album or an envelope. So that one's really nice. And it's got some good luster on it as well. So I've got it priced around $100. It's got some good luster left on it, and the toning's really nice, so I figure it might be about $100 coin. 98S, 1899O, 99S. Some more just common dates. Basically, this whole page is more common dates. The O2s. A couple of these are like AU, and this 010, it's got some good luster on it. A lot of them are probably mint state condition, but they've been cleaned. So this one may be AU, but they've been cleaned. So on to the next page, which is the last page. This one's got a couple of good ones on it. The O2s, the O2S and the O2, this is a better date, and the O2, that one's in pretty good condition. I'd say it's probably a $60 coin from what I've seen on eBay and kind of shopped around. This O2S is a better date. I wish it was better condition, but I say it's a fine. Got about $120 or something on it. The O3, it's in pretty good shape. It's got a little bit of luster, but I think it's been cleaned. Yeah, it's got really good details, but I think it's been cleaned. So, still probably a $100, probably about $100 coin. The 030, this is a key date, and this one's hard to find. It was hard for me to find. Mine's better condition than this one, but I paid like $600 for mine. So from what I've seen on this one, I say it's a very good, or yeah, probably very good, a fine to very good. So I think probably $350, $300. Yeah, probably or a very fine. I mean, I find a very fine. Well, it may not be a very fine. It's probably a very good to find. Yeah, it'd be nice if it was a very fine. But I say 300, 350. So it's a hard year to find. It was a big minted year, and if you look, and that's the good thing about these, it shows the mintage. The 030, there was over 4 million made, but I guess they melted a lot of them, so it's a hard year to find. The 03S, I say it's probably a fine to very fine as well. And I think I've got around $200 on it. It's a little harder year to find. And then you got your 04s. The last year they made them, the regular 04, the New Orleans and the San Francisco. And on those, the 040, that one's got some good luster left on it. It's really nice. I'd say it's mint state. And I mean, it's probably $80 to $100 coin. The 04S, it may be a good. It's not that. It don't have as much detail as I wish, but that may be a $40 to $50 coin. And then you got the last year's, the 21s, Denver and the San Francisco. Pretty common. This one's actually got a little bit of toning around the edges. And that is it. It's got a little bit of toning on the back. But overall, these have been a great set to get a hold of. I'm very tickled with them, and I'm going to probably spend the next couple hours going over them and trying to see what I can upgrade in my set. So I just kind of want to give you all a peek at them, show you what I got. If you're interested in any of them, just message me. I want to upgrade my set, and I'll probably be trying to liquidate the rest of them. A lot of nice coins, a lot of key dates in here. You can tell this gentleman spent a lot of time putting these together, so I really appreciate that, what he done. And he spent a lot of time and a lot of money putting these together, because if you have to buy these individually and put them in here, you're spending a lot of money, from what I've seen. So I got a good deal on them. Should be able to make a little bit of money, and when I get them ready to send out to get graded, a lot of them I'll get graded and sent out. I will make a video and show you. So until then, I appreciate you all watching, and if you got any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, let me know down below. And until next time, thank you all, and Merry Christmas.